Hello ladies and welcome back. Today I have for you another Outre unit. This one is called Castine and I have her in the color 34. If you saw my TikTok, I did a TikTok earlier in the week to show you guys this unit. I have the color 34, but I am loving this cherry coffee color, the one that's on my left, your right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that color. Anyway, I didn't get that color. I got 34 because you guys know me. I'm always doing great. So this is her. She's 24 inches. She's a light yaki texture. She is layered. She's layered. She is a medium cap, I would say, because she fits me fine. She's medium cap. And I love this 34 color. She has an adjustable elastic band, and it doesn't look like it's removable, but it is adjustable. She has two combs in the front, a comb in the back, and adjustable straps. I cut her bangs a little bit, but I'm going to show you something that I noticed, because even when the bangs were longer, they were not as thin and wispy as hers, because you may notice hers are kind of thin and wispy, and the ones that I got were not. And even in a short version, they're not. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. We're going to use one of these, and I am going to thin these out with this comb. So my bangs, again, they're not wispy, and I want them to be wispy. So I'm actually going to take a hold of them, and I'm going to use the skinny side, this side first. See if I can scrape out some hair to thin them out and see what that does. Yeah, I don't know. They're still not as thin as I'd like them. It seems like a lot of bang is coming out. Well, I guess it kind of is getting thinner. Yep. Yeah. Yep. And I also noticed that I need to cut a little bit more to make them even. But yeah, if you want them to look a little bit more wispy, you're probably going to have to use this kind of a comb to get some of the hair out to make them wispier. But yeah, okay, so that looks a lot thinner. It looks a lot thinner than it was before. I think this piece over here could probably stand a little bit more work. Yeah, and now they're, see, now they're a little bit more wispy. You know, yeah, hers are wispy. Hers are longer wispy, but, you know, I didn't want mine to be that long. So now that I've done that, you also notice that if you look at this unit, and I'm just going to show it to you now that I've done that, is the inside of this unit. It's a part, of course, but it has lace, and I know some people probably wonder, what in the heck do they put lace on a banged wig for? But I'm going to show you why. Because if you don't want to wear the bangs, you can always just take yourself a comb, and why all my stuff is on the floor, I don't know. But you can always take yourself a comb, and you can part it, you know, where the lace is. And if you decide you just don't want the bangs, you can always take your hot comb and your mousse, lay it down, and just separate it out and push it back. You know, push back like that. And if you decide to pluck it, then you're not going to have the bangs anymore, just so you know. So I'm not going to pluck this unit because I will lose the bangs if I pluck it. So you can probably just push it back and, you know, just live without it being plucked if you decide you don't want the bangs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take this lace off. And I'm going to be careful when I cut it off to make sure that I don't take my bangs with it. So, yeah. Okay, all right, okay. So, next thing on the agenda is I am going to put some, I'm going to put some product in this hair because I think it needs a little product. I'm going to choose my Bobo Cerami first. I have a wig conditioner spray, but I'm going to do my Bobo Cerami first. I love the thickness of this unit. It's not thin. If you saw my video on TikTok, I was swinging her around and you can see how thick this unit is. I love these layers too. They're really, really nice. I'm going to wait a few minutes and then just use my wide toothbrush to brush this out. I just wanted a little bit of, I mean, it doesn't have a sheen, which is good because usually the hair that's really silky has the sheen. This doesn't have a sheen, but I did want to put some kind of moisture into this hair. I wanted some kind of moisture in it. So, now, and I got my bangs. Anyway. With a banged unit, you do not have to worry about your cap being all the way back, but I'm going to put this one back because this wig has lace on it. If a banged wig does not have lace on it, it's probably okay to keep the cap up further, up closer, but since this one has lace on it, you'll be able to see it. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and put I'm only putting this wig grip on because this may have a tendency to slide. So, here we go. Move my okay. All right, here she is. She's long. There's the bangs. So I made them a little wispy because they needed to be wispier. I'm going to pull it back just a little bit and just on my head. She's snug. I'm using the adjustable strap. The elastic band, and she's snug on my head. And I have a 21.5-inch head, you guys know. Okay, so here she is. 24 inches. Here she is in the back. Lots of hair. But it's thick. That's what I like. It's thick. It's not a thin unit by any stretch of the imagination. This is not a thin unit. I like these layers. And because she just seemed a little dry to me, that's why I went ahead and put my Bobo Cerami on her. But you could probably use any kind of serum. And when you look at these care cards, stock cards, whatever you want to call them, just know that the person who styled this has every little hair in place, okay? They have every little hair in place, just where they want it, you know? And it's not going to be like that with you unless you spend time putting every little hair in place too, okay? So I, again, like the bangs because they are wispier now than they were before. And mine, I don't believe, are as long as the picture, but they were thick. And the fact that they are now wispy, I think is way better than what they were before I chopped them up like I did. I'll pull this back just a little bit more. Yeah, I just think that making them thinner is going to make them look more like the stock card, because hers are thinner than they come. So just know that they're not going to come thin like that. You're going to have to make them thin. And you're probably going to have to experiment and adjust with this, because I'm still cutting pieces of hair off that are in my face, you know, pieces that are a little bit too long or whatever. But, and if you feel like the bangs are not, you know, flat enough or curly enough, you guys know that you can, you know, you can put, I wouldn't use, and I've seen people do this, but I've never had any success with using a flat iron on a synthetic unit. I have had success in using a hot comb on a synthetic unit, but not a flat iron in terms of curling. And so what I normally do is I will use hot rollers, and I'll put the hot rollers in and let them cool off, and then the curl is always there when I do it that way. So that's my suggestion. If you want to do something to these bangs, I would just get a small hot roller and put it in the bang to get it to be, you know, the length that you want it to be, or rather the curl that you want it to have. But overall, I like this a lot. I love the texture. I'm going to move this camera back over where I had it. I love the texture. I love the color, of course, because you guys know I'm a big on 34. My own hair is 34. And so that's why I really like the 34, because my own hair is basically 34. I could probably still do this in a 44 or a 280, but this is gorgeous. This, I think, is really gorgeous. These layers are really gorgeous too, just like in the picture. When I saw this unit, I thought, man, she looks great. And I thought, I wonder if it's Yaki. So that's the first thing I thought. So then I always go on Outre's website, and they will tell you next to the picture, or rather underneath the picture, you'll see the big picture. Then they'll have like little specs to tell you, you know, what it is. And they'll tell you whether it's Yaki, light Yaki, whether it's silky, whether it's wavy, or whatever it is they decide to call it. They'll tell you that, so that you don't have to be guessing when you go to the store or online to buy it. You'll know if it's light Yaki or silky or whatever, because they'll tell you. They didn't used to do that. And we used to get really mad because we'd see a picture and we'd say, oh my goodness, that looks like it's Yaki. And then you go and get it and it's not. So I like the fact that they're actually telling you now what they are. But this, I think, is gorgeous. I just do. I think it's just gorgeous. And I still feel like this coffee cherry, it's called cherry coffee, the darker one, that color is gorgeous to me, and I would love to see somebody in that. I hope Charisma or somebody gets that color, because I would love to see somebody else review that. This was an easy throw on and go, okay? That's what I love about this. All you have to do is cut that lace off underneath the bangs. And if you decide you want to wear it without bangs, you can do that. So let's try that. I'm going to just part it where the part is. I'm going to just comb it sideways. Comb it sideways. Then I'm going to, you know, pull it up to where it should be. I'm going to turn on my hot comb, and I'm going to take some of this, I use this instead of a wax stick. This is called Got to Be Glued Spray Wax. I use this instead of a wax stick. I mean, you can use a wax stick, but I use this instead of a wax stick because I don't know, I just like this better. So I'm just going to spray some of this up here because it's good at keeping it in place. Then I'm just going to lightly brush it out of the way. You know, just lightly brush it out of the way. And then when my hot comb gets hot, I'm going to bring it over. In the meantime, I'm going to take a little bit of my powder, just a little bit of my powder, and I'm going to put, I'm going to define this part just a little bit more, since I am going to move these bangs out of the way. I'm just going to define this part Just a little bit more. Since this is a dark gray wig, it works fine. So now I'm going to take this hot comb and I'm going to just comb this up out of the way just a little bit, just to get these bangs to move out of the way. And so this is something that you can do if you like this style but you don't want the bangs. So you can flatten it, I guess, as much as you want to flatten it, just to get the bangs out of the way. And then flatten the top a little bit. You know. And then just take your brush and brush it down. You know, so there you've got, well, now you've got your little middle part. You don't have the bangs. And you can still benefit from the layers of this unit. So see, so there you go. You don't have to have the bangs. You can just move them out of the way. And of course, in the very beginning, if you get this and you don't want the bangs from jump, you can just pluck them out. When you pluck the wig, you can just pluck them out. That way you don't have them at all. And if you do this method in terms of getting it out of the way, you know, getting the bangs out of the way, if you do this and you get the bangs out of the way, another thing that you can do once you get the bangs out of the way is you can shift it. You can shift it to the side. You don't have the bangs now. You can just brush it. And there you go. You got another look, you know? So technically speaking, you could get several looks out of this. You can, you know, you can do the bangs. You can part it, move the bangs out of the way, and, you know, make it a middle part. Or you can do this, what I just did. You can turn to the side and wear it like this. So however you decide you want to wear it, you've got options, okay? You got options. So again, this is Outre Castine. I have her in a 34. She's just a lace front. She's not a melted hairline. She's not a perfect hairline. She's not color bomb. She's not any of that stuff. She is just a part. But there are some things that you can do with just a part, which I just showed you. So, hope you guys like this video. If you did, please check out the ones that you're seeing on the screen now, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.